Welcome back, everyone that is here with me today. Looks like I might have possibly no viewers, and that's okay. I'm not here to rack up the viewers right now. I'm just here to open up this space, and we will. It is Monday, December 15th. It's 1 o'clock Mountain Time, and I am broadcasting from the high Rockies of Colorado from 9,400 feet. And believe it or not, we don't have the snow that we usually have up here. Anyway, thank you for anyone that falls into this space and anyone that tunes into this space later. I appreciate you greatly, and I'm glad you're here with me. So, like I said, the kind of title of this circle is When the Pressure Starts to Build. Early December can feel pretty light. You know, we're kind of getting excited for the holidays. We have our best intentions in mind. But now we're at December 15th, and these expectations and all the promises we've made and the different things we've committed to, they start to stack up on us. And then whatever else we have going on the inside that we don't like to talk about, that compounds everything. And, you know, this is when the pressure starts to build. And the reason I say that is that's when it starts to build for me. Our time compresses, money gets tight, the bills climb, we're buying things we probably shouldn't buy for people we really don't want to buy for. You know, and this falls into our work. Our work gets tight, frustrated, you know, and I mean, we all have our ways to deal with it. Mine was drinking, you know, that's how I just drank my way through from basically Thanksgiving to New Year's Eve, just drank the pressure away. And I mean, that helped for many explosive times, as I've talked about. But that sense that we're already behind, that feeling of Christmas is 9 days away and I'm not ready for it. I got 3 parties to go to, a bunch of presents to buy, gotta be there for my family, gotta be there for my friends, gotta be there for my work. And so it gets difficult, and as I say over and over again, that's what this space is for. As you come across this space, as you find it, there won't be, or I'm sorry, this isn't a place where I want to guru up and dole out all the information that I've acquired in my life. This is a space where I'm trying to open up for all of us to share what's inside of us. And while I know I'm getting started and there's, you know, we don't have a lot of viewers right now, and I don't expect a lot of people to share, what I'm hoping is when you come across this, come across me, when you are wanting to find someone to see you and feel connected, this is the space during the holidays. I do believe it's pretty hard to feel connected at times to your family members, friends. It's more of a personality that we play when we're around these people, and it's kind of hard to drop that personality and say what's really hurting on the inside. This is what Unmasked is for. This is where we can come together and share. You know, I've had a stressful day, I'm sure, just like you. I've been real busy and had to hustle to get into the studio to be able to broadcast today. And so if you don't mind, I would like to fade back on some things that make me feel good, some things that help quiet my complex PTSD, and things that help me ground and feel centered. and that's, music. Music and kind of looking around and realizing, I'm here in the studio right now. It's Monday at 1 o'clock for me. I'm wearing one of my favorite shirts that has texture on it. When I feel it, it kind of grounds me and holds me here. And my 2 service dogs are with me. And I know that I'm here. So, when we're working on these grounding exercises and when we're kind of just trying to slow it down, and that's one of the reasons I go slow in this show. Life is real chaotic and fast, so we slow it down here. We listen to some music. We play soft music, and then, we breathe. And this is one of the biggest things I've learned in my circles with everybody is just slowing down and breathing is so centering. So any of you that are on there with me right now, anybody that's listening to this video later, I invite you to slow down, listen to this music, and breathe with me for just a little bit. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and just exhale it out through your mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One more time, please. In through the nose, out through the mouth. I'd like to talk about how the pressure of the holidays, how it starts to show up in my body, as the stress starts to mount and I feel over-obligated and my to-do list is way too long. It starts in my chest. When I start to feel tight, I start to look around and see how my house is not clean enough, how my car smells like a bunch of dogs, and my window of tolerance gets shorter, closer and closer and closer to where I have a bunch of urgency, anger, frustration, and I'm quickly on the edge of overwhelm. And this is in my past how I would go through every holiday, starting out with all the big ideas and funness of end of November, Black Friday, into the beginning, and here we go. It's going to be so much fun. By the time now hits, I'm starting to freak out. And I do believe it's like that for a lot of us. And how would I deal with it? I would push real hard, and I would numb even harder. Hard pushing, hard numbing, close window of tolerance, running on overwhelm, and just waiting for explosion. And explode I did, and I made it hard on the family members that were around me that I did love. And it was difficult to be around me because I was not dealing with what was inside of me and what was going on. I did not know how to say no. I didn't know how to, tell my family I didn't want to go to that Christmas dinner, that it was hard on me. Abusers were there, and I did not want to see them. And it made it, and I didn't know how to say no, so I went to those dinners and felt even more pressure than, by the time I walked out of some of these things, I was, as you probably can feel too, I was a wreck, and I was a wrecking ball. And it's interesting when all this starts to happen and it starts to build and it starts to grow. Pressure has a way of taking the steering wheel. And we're not quite there. We're more back here. We're more somewhere else, and we're just running on whatever. And that's what's gotten me into trouble, and I mean trouble. And that's why, to bring this back, why I'm having this room open and this space every day on Twitch, on YouTube at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, and on TikTok. After this, I can go live on TikTok. So we can start learning to share again, learning to connect again, learning to say what hurts us, and not just the standard stuff, but the actual stuff that hurts. And when you sit in healing with someone, and when you share what's hurting with someone else, especially, even weirdly enough, a stranger, when you share what's hurting with others that don't know you, and you are seen and you are felt and you are connected, that's a healing balm that you can't get anywhere else. And that's why I'm doing this, and that's why this room is open. I just want you to take some time and think about how you're feeling right now. How are you feeling today? Is everybody recognizing who you are and what your needs are? Or are you pushing and putting yourself second, third, fourth? That's not the holidays. This is if you're accidentally caught on that train, if you're full of that pressure, this is not what it needs to be. And I am literally giving you permission to give yourself permission to step off this crazy train. Learn to say no. As I healed, one of the best things I ever learned was saying no. No, I can't do it. And even when the text got sent back of why or whatever, sometimes I just didn't even answer after that. The no answer was no. And I learned not to have to follow up with 3 paragraphs of why I was saying no because I felt guilty. Just the answer was no. And I give that gift to you, the gift of no. The gift of no is powerful, and it's yours to use whenever you want. Yes is powerful too, but we've been trained to say yes all the time. Say no. Say no and see what happens. So, for me, these are what my holidays mean for me now. And these don't have to be your holidays. I'm not pushing any of this on you. I am not guruing. I am not 3 things to make the holiday stress go away. None of that hooky, shticky BS. For me, now that we're hitting and it's Monday, I am staying up here on my mountain. Me and Carol Ann are going to hang out. My service dogs might have a few family members come and go. Nothing is huge here. No big parties. No big present openings even. There's gifts exchanged or whatever, but nothing is peak. Nothing is huge. We take this time to actually slow down. And my wife last night when we were on TikTok Live, she was talking about how we started non-traditional Christmas. And we used to go somewhere fun and get away and just have a vacation away from everyone on Christmas. And I'll tell you, that was a blast. And now we've even kind of ratcheted it up closer to where we just relax, hibernate, take time for ourselves and just be up here and we live in nature, so we enjoy that, be with nature and slow down. We build small moments of regulation into days right now, and we stay small and we stack these small, calm, non-peak moments together all the way through the holidays. Sleeping in, relaxing. And if some of you feel this and you're like, oh shit, I want this. He's crazy. I could never have that. I push and I encourage you that yes, you can. You can shape the holidays the way you want. It doesn't matter what other people think. It matters what you think in here. It matters what your soul is telling you. And for a lot of us, life and our souls are screaming for us to slow down, and we do not listen. This is a perfect time to do it. Avoid all that frustration and avoid all that crazy and slow down. That's what I do anyway. And because I'm slowing down, I can spend this time with you every day as we go through this together. This is practical medicine. Something that doesn't come in a bottle or the old bottles I used to like to drink. This is practical medicine that you just deploy, and it's good for you. And you build it every day, and it slowly, at the end of the holidays, when January 2nd comes up, you feel refreshed and relaxed and ready to take on the new year with all the challenges you want to face. Oh, let's have a little more music if you guys don't mind. It is it's a bomb. I'm gonna take a couple breaths. I think I talked about this last week, and I want to talk about it again. For those of you that are feeling lonely or isolated, or even overwhelmed with too many people and too many obligations, if you do have an animal, companion, I don't care what it is, if you have another non-talking sentient life form living with you, they have a lot to tell us. I spend all my time with my service dogs, and I do not go anywhere without them. They sleep in bed with me, and they tell me when I'm getting stressed out. They celebrate joy with me. They cuddle me when I need to be held. And, I might be you all might think I'm a little bit crazy, but I think they're all smarter than we are. So, when you feel alone, or you feel isolated, or you feel overwhelmed, or you're with people you don't want to be around, remember you have this non-talking sentient life form back at home that's ready to cuddle up with you, hang out with you, talk to you. They are there, and they love us. And our culture is kind of to not plug into them like we should. And maybe I am a little preachy right now, but plugging into my companions, one of the best things I've ever done in my life. And they've, been comforting me my entire life when a lot of humans weren't there. My companions were there. So, just a thought as we move through this, as we're talking and we're getting to know each other, you're getting to know me, starting to feel comfortable, watching a video, wondering if you should show up to some live event here and come talk and tell us your story. As much as I love sitting here and talking with you, I am here to hear your story and to connect with you and to hold space for you. So when you come across this, wherever you're at, keep this in mind. 1 p.m. Mountain Time, every single day through the rest of this holiday, I'll be live on Twitch and YouTube. And I am getting my TikTok live going and getting that set up. I will do it probably about 3 o'clock today, Mountain Time, but it is a little bit more loose while I'm just tightening the screws down. So bear with me on that for those of you that are catching and coming over to TikTok. There's good crowds there, so might be another good place to jump in on the conversation. I'd like to show you, for those of you that are interested, I have my chat here, so I can show any comments that are coming through, anything that's happening. We can show this and talk about it there. There's a lot of ways to communicate with me. I can give links that we go ahead and put on the screen. I can put a link on the screen where you guys can come on in and join me with video chat, and we can talk that way too. And I can have a few of us together talking. So just some of the neat things that are coming in the future and what's going to be happening and what I'm real excited about. Hope any of you that are with me are feeling good today. Hope any of you that are watching this on a rerun later on, or whatever we need to call that. Any of you watching this on a video play later on, replay, I hope you're feeling good. And the other thing is, if you are feeling pressure, if the holidays are burdensome, and if they are heavy, I'm with you too, because that's how it is for me. And so you have space here. You have space to come in here and talk about what's bothering you. Let's see. My wife just chimed in and said she would like me to wait until she got home to do TikTok Live. So anybody that is watching, anybody that tunes in a little bit, we will do a TikTok Live after she gets home later this afternoon. It'll probably be after 4:30 p.m. Mountain Time. So, gonna have some space in between these. So, to bring it back, today's Monday, December 15th. We're 9 days away from Christmas. For some, it's extremely awesome, and for some, it's extremely terrifying. And I guess for me, I probably was more terrifying on Christmas, to put it that way, honestly. I was not, until I entered the healing process, until the last 2 years of my life being in a psychedelic healing program and being in group circles and sitting with therapy and basically healing all day, every day, every day. I was not a happy camper, and I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to be suicidal over the holidays. I know what it feels like to not want to be here at all. I wish you guys could hear my service dog Ray is laying right down here and snoring as loud as can be. So if you do pick it up, what a wonderful thing to do on the holidays. Sleep hard and snore. Effortless. We all have a lot to learn from our companions. So this space exists for moments like this, what we're going through. This space, if you're hurting, come in here and hurt with us. But this space is also where we can take the weight off, and you can not let it quietly pile up on you. We do not have to carry this weight alone. That is why this space is open. I always talk about the guard rules of this space for anybody that's tuning in or anybody that's thinking about they want to be with us or they want to talk with us. There's no politics in here. There's no religion. We don't fix. There's just presence and honesty here. We don't dole out 3 things this and 5 things this when we're sitting here talking. And I do not pretend to know it all at all. I am a 52-year-old man with complex PTSD, and some days I'm sitting in the mud just as hard as any other person that's struggling. If you can take one thing from today, from this session we have that we're closing in on, we're going to wrap it up. But if you can take one thing from that today, let it be this. You're allowed more time for yourself this season. even 5 minutes of breathing slowly and relaxing and listening to music, that is an act of resistance against the burnout that this season brings. We all need to sit more quietly, all of us. I do. I was racing around this morning, and I'll be honest, I didn't take any time for myself. You know when I took time for myself? Here. When I breathed with you guys, that's when I started taking time for myself. So do you hear what I'm saying? I am with you and I am like you. I'm just opening this space so we can be able to share together, so I can see you and you can see me. I'm here for you. Every single day, I'll open up an hour for you where I'll share space and we can be together. And that's my commitment to you while we go through this holiday season. As I try to learn to be slow right now, today, for the rest of my day. And I try to remember to be slow coming into tomorrow's shows too. Thank you for being here on a Monday like this. And it is a beautiful Monday today. I'll be here every day at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, live on Twitch and YouTube. And we will start broadcasting TikToks in the evening, it looks like. And we're here, and we appreciate you. And if you want to have a little bit more, like this has been a pretty mild, these videos and these circles that I'm holding on TikTok or on Twitch and YouTube, they're kind of mild right now as I start to ramp up. And if you guys want to if you want to see what it's like with more people around and more conversation, come on over to TikTok this evening, because for some reason, and I don't know why, maybe you can tell me, TikTok is some crazy place where everybody joins in the fray and they find the right people and they bring it to what we're doing. So, you know what? If you find this and you need to be with us twice a day, you need to be with me in the day and be with Carol Ann and I in the evening on TikTok, do it. We're here for that. Let us get to know you. Whew. So, I'm going to wrap it up. And you know what? This isn't a big deal. I'll be back tomorrow, playing some music, doing some deep breathing, talking about myself and my healing journey, and waiting for you guys to talk. And I'm not in a hurry. I'm very patient. Just like my snoring poodle here, we got the time to be patient and wait. You take care of yourself. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.